Hey y'all, this is Destiny and welcome back for another video. Today, we're going to be talking about, do you think that owner operators are the reason why we're in what we're in the terms of the freight market? I would say yes. I think it's a combination of brokers, shippers, and carriers. But carriers, I think they just have a bigger role to play in this. Why? Because if you do not know how to properly negotiate and you're coming from an employee mindset and you was used to being an employee, when you coming over to the owner operator world, you may say, okay, 200 miles, yeah, I can do that for $1,000. But the market actually pays about $1,500 to $1,800 on those 200 miles. But you don't know that because you're not studying the commodity, you're not studying lanes, you're not studying the market trend analysis. All you're just doing is saying, I need to pay these bills and have a surplus because I want the nice cars, I want the nice house, I want the nice jewelry, I want the stuff so I can look like I'm making money, but in all honesty, I'm really not. I'm spending more money than I'm making. And it's not what you spend, it's what you keep. Okay? If you're not setting up your business, if you're not setting up your business as a trucking business and you're trying to do something with it, then what are you doing? Are you trying to create generational wealth or are you just trying to stay in the truck? I mean, that's for you to decide. Now, some people may say, Destiny, I don't want to create generational wealth. I don't have any children. Okay, then hustle and bustle. But what happens when you're 60? Do you still want to drive that truck? I hope not. I hope that you're at a point in your career that you can sit here and say that I'm going to just sit and lay down in this bed until 12 o'clock at 60 years old because you done worked your whole life. So if you are a carrier right now and you're saying, Destiny, I am in a really bad situation, I want you to stop and pause and say, what have you done thus far to get you in a place where you're at today? Are you taking cheap loads? Stop. Stop thinking that there's no loads on the load board. I will show anybody wrong. I will show anybody wrong. There are some really good areas, and stop depending on the load board because some of you are dependent on the load board and that's not what the load board is for. And then you come to me and say, Destiny, I can't find freight. No, get on your phone and do the work like the broker is doing if you don't want them to take your money. If you're saying that, oh, a broker is taking too much of my money, what are you doing to keep your money in your pocket? Well, if they're making the phone calls, if they're, making 70 calls a day, how dare you tell them what not to charge? Now, I agree. They should be taking 50%, but that's not for you to decide. And we're doing this and ban that. Yeah, it's some really bad practices of some of these brokers. I hate it because some of them are cheap. But if you want to complain, make sure you're doing something about the problem because if you're not doing something about the problem, you're just simply complaining. To take your business to the next level, you need to write down what you're planning to do. What do you plan to do? Write it down. Do you want a shipper? Do you want a dedicated lane from a broker? How are you going to? Because it's money to be made. If it wasn't no money to be made, I'm sorry, our shelves would be empty. Stop listening to people that have a focus like this and all of they see is what is happening. You have to look beyond what you see right now. If you don't, you're going to get distracted of all the noise and everybody going to be like, yeah. No, it's still money to be made. Stop listening to the naysayers. I want positivity around me. I want people to say, no, we're going to get through this because we have done something about it to say, listen, we're going to make it happen. But if you're not willing to make it happen, then keep complaining. Because sadly, we're in this situation because carriers, probably like you, have taken cheap freight and now we want to complain about it. No, it's not time to complain about it. It's time to do something about it and execute and say, listen, I'm not going to be a part of the problem anymore. I'm going to be part of the solution as to why we're getting better rates. I want you to start calling these shippers and say, no, I'm willing to do your freight and I'm willing to do it at this price. Now, shippers have reduced their rates too, but I guarantee you, a shipper can't run without a truck driver. It's time for us to think smart, not to work harder, but work smarter to get the job done. Stop complaining. It's not over. We're going to need truckers. We're going to need you. Our shelves, I need things from the store. You need things from the store. Let us not say, yes, it's bad. I get it. It's really, really bad. No one ever seen it this bad. Okay, I get it. It's really, really bad. Are you going to stay in the bad or are you going to do something about it? I'm one that forms dedicated lanes and gets shippers and all those different things. And before you ask, yes, I do have an authority. Before you ask. Because no dispatcher is supposed to go after shipper freight. So, yes, I do have an authority. And no, I'm not a broker. So, I can go after shipper freight and I can give it to other people. Okay? So, I want to make sure that you're doing the same thing. If you need help, you can reach out to me. My information will be below this video. And I hope that I see you on the winning side. Bye-bye.